Hello students, today we shall start with the next function of management known as the organizing. In the last lecture we have discussed the planning, meaning of the planning and the need and importance of a planning. So planning means deciding in advance what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and who is to do it is known as the planning. So we have discussed regarding the planning, and today we shall begin with the next function of management called as the organizing. So as regarding the organizing is concerned, so organizing is the process of identifying and assembling the required resources, assembling the required resources like the men, material, machinery, method, etc. They are to be assembled in order to achieve the destination, the goal of the organization. So as regarding the planning is concerned, planning it provides the destination and the path or the roadmap, whereas the organizing it provides the tools and the means for achieving the destination. So to have the clear idea regarding the organizing, we have to study the definitions given by the various, that is the authors. Now we shall read the definition given by the authors. The first one is Mooney and Rayleigh. Organization is the form of every human association for attainment of the common purpose. So it is according to Mooney and Rayleigh, organization is a form of every human association. Like in the last year you have studied the various forms of a business organization, like the various forms like the sole trading concern, the partnership firm, the joint Hindu family firm, or the joint stock company. All these are the various forms. Forms means these are the various that is the business associations which are formed in order to achieve the common target, the aim, that is the earning of the profit. So according to him, organization is a form of every human association. It may be any kind of association. It may be a sole trading concern, partnership firm. So such that is the form in order to achieve the ultimate aim or the target, that is the earning the profit. So organizing is concerned, you have to keep in mind organization as a structure and organization as a process. So he has stated regarding the structure. And the structure includes the various, that is the persons who are working in an organization. In case of a sole trading concern, he is the single owner. He has to perform all the activities. So there are no such levels of management at a different, that is the levels. But in case of a joint stock company, there are the different levels of a management. At the top, the shareholder, then comes the board of directors, the managing directors, etc. Then the general manager, the secretary, then the managers of a different department, all from the top to the bottom. All together we call it as the structure of organization. It is known as the structure of organization. So as a structure, see, like in a scalar chain you have studied the structure. So this all together we call it as the organizational structure. It is known as the organizational structure from top to the bottom. In case of a sole trading concern, only the owner is there, so the structure is very small. But in case of other firms like the partnership firm, joint Hindu family firm, joint stock company, the structure is very large. There are different levels of management. All together we call it as the structure of an organization. So organization as a structure he has stated, and organization as a process. Both together we call it as the organizing. So we have to study even that is the organizing also. The different definition, it is in respect of the structure he has stated, and now we shall see regarding the process is concerned. Now the another definition we have to study, the another definition which is given by Theo Hyman. According to him, organizing is the process of defining and grouping the activities of the enterprise and establishing the authority relationship among them in performing the organizing functions. The manager defines departmentalization and assigns activities so that they can be most effectively executed. So this definition is organization as a process. The first definition, which is given by Mooney and Raleigh, he has stated organization as a structure, and now this is the organization as a process. Now organization as a process, what he has stated, organizing is a process. It is a process, it is a continuous activity. What kind of activities are to be done in the organization? Identifying, that is the identifying and grouping the activities. Whatever the organization is there, the business activities, the whole business activities, they are to be identified, they are to be grouped, and the activities which are similar in nature, the various, that is the department, is to be formed. So the being a organization as a process, identifying and grouping the business activities. So in case of a business organization, the different business activities are to be performed. Like in case of a business, the activity of a production, the sales, the marketing, the publicity and advertisement, or even that is the appointment of a various persons. So purchasing, the different kind of activities are there. So these activities, it is a process of identifying and grouping the activities which are a similar one, they are to be identified, they are to be grouped, and then then establishing a authority relationship. Establishing a authority relationship means such that is the functions are to be classified, the departments are to be made, and then the authority relationship means the superior and the subordinate relationship is to be established. And for such that is the superior and the subordinate, their identification of the job, their authority is to be delegated to them, and the work is to be assigned to the subordinate, so that the organization, the whole organization can work very smoothly and efficiently. So this is as regarding the organization as the process is concerned. So being an organization as a process, what he has stated, according to him, it is a process of identifying and the grouping of the business activities and establishing the proper relation in between the superior and the subordinates. The authority and the responsibility is relationship is to be created. The superiors, they have authority to take the decisions, and they have to get the work done from others. Now here the work is to be divided and the work is to be assigned to the subordinates, the employees, so that the effective working of the organization is possible. So all this together we call it as the organizing. Now by studying all such a meaning and the definitions, now we have to discuss the need and importance of the organizing is concerned. Is it clear what is meant by organizing? Organizing means as a process, it is a grouping the activities, identifying the work, grouping the activities, and such that is the work is to be divided and subdivided. Such work is to be assigned to the individual or to the group of individual, and the proper authority and the responsibility is to be created to such that is the individuals. The authority is to be delegated, it is to be transferred, and thereby all the individuals, the employees, they can work at their own, that is the level, very effectively and smoothly in order to achieve the goal or the target of the organization. So that is called as the organizing is concerned. Now to have from this definition, we have to study the need and the importance, of organizing. From all such a detailed discussion, you might have come to know the need and the importance. So we shall discuss the need and the importance of the organizing is concerned. Now on page number 20, the need and the importance is given, the definitions are also given, so you can go through such a points, and we are going to discuss these points. See, the need and the importance of the organizing is concerned. So the different, that is the points are given to you. We will discuss all these points. The first one is organizing. It facilitates administration as well as operation. It facilitates administration as well as operation. Then brings specialization. Due to organizing, the specialization is possible. Then defines the job properly. Then clarifies authority and responsibilities. Clarifies the authority and responsibility. Then establishes coordination. Helps for effective administration. Helpful for growth and diversification. Then organization creates a sense of security. Then scope for innovation. And the last one is helps in optimum utilization of resources. So these are all the points of importance. We shall discuss one by one all these points of importance. The first one is facilitates administration as well as operation. So as we know that organizing means what? Organizing means that is identifying and grouping of the activities of the business firm, and these activities are to be classified. The activities which are to be similar, they are to be grouped, and the various departments and the sections are to be created. The proper authority and the responsibility is to be levied on each and every, that is the individual, so that they can work very efficiently. So due to such, it facilitates for administration as well as the operation. Administration means as regarding the administration is concerned, and operation, administrative functions. It helps to do the administrative functions, and the operative functions means that is the executive functions, or they are called as the managerial functions. So due to the proper organizing, it facilitates to accomplish the thinking functions as well as the doing functions. The thinking functions are done by the administrators, that is called as the administrative functions, and doing functions, or they are called as the executive functions, they are done by the management. So the organization as a structure, it includes both, that is the administration as well as the management, and these functions can be very effectively performed with the help of organizing. So it is the first, that is the point of importance, called as the facilitates administration as well as the operation. So the next one is brings specialization. So due to the organizing, so organizing means what we have said, that it identifies, it classifies, it bifurcates the various, that is the activities which are performed in the organization, and each such, that is the small activity, is to be assigned to the individual or to the group of individual. So due to this, it brings the specialization, and such specialization helps to improve the efficiency of the individuals, that is the employees, as well as the efficiency of the organization. So it is the another point of importance, called as the, it brings the specialization. The whole work is divided. Take for example, so in case of a business organization, the activities relating to the finance, that is called as the finance department. Again, the finance department has a accounts department, they have to maintain the records regarding the finance, so that we can call it as the accounts department. Even they have to handle the actual finance, that is called as the cash department. Even in case of a cash department also, handling the cash department is there, the credit department is there. Even in case of a cash department, the main cashier is there, the petty cashier is there. So like that, the whole work is divided into the small, that is the part, and such a small part. Even in case of a finance department, main cashier is there, the petty cashier is there. The petty cashier, he has to look after only the petty transactions, the small transactions which are to be done every day. So this specialization is brought in all the departments. Such kind of a specialization is brought in all the departments, and due to the specialization, it increases the efficiency of such employee, the individual, and it ultimately increases the efficiency of the whole organization. So this is the another point which states regarding the importance, known as the brings specialization. Then the next one is defines job properly. So in case of organizing, again the whole work is divided, and each and every individual, what kind of a job he has to do is clearly stated. The various, that is the jobs and the positions are created in the organization. The various jobs and the positions, like the manager is there, the assistant manager is there, the supervisor is there, the foremen are there, the workers are there, and each and every individual, they have to work, and their position is fixed, their duty is fixed, and they have to work according to their job. So it is the another point of importance, known as the job. It defines a job properly, and such jobs are being defined, the position is being framed by taking into account that is their experience, their skill, their knowledge, their educational qualification. By taking into account such, that is the jobs are being fixed and the right person is to be appointed for the right job. So such a clear cut, that is the position, is established in the organization. So it is the another point of importance called as the defines a job properly. Then next one is the clarifies the authority and responsibility. Clarifies the authority and the responsibility. So in case of a structure of organization, each person, each individual, each, that is the superior and the subordinate, they have got the authority and they have got the responsibility, and it is clearly stated, how much of authority the each superior he possesses and what kind of a responsibility he has to discharge. And same is the case regarding the subordinate also. The subordinate, he has to accomplish his, that is the task. Task means the duty which is assigned to him, and if such a duty which is assigned to him, if he won't perform, then he is held accountable for that. So it is clearly stated in case of organizing, it is clearly stated regarding the authority and the responsibility. Each manager has a role to perform. He has to take the work done from the subordinates, and for that purpose he needs the authority, and such extent of authority is granted to him. And even he has a responsibility, and he has to discharge the responsibility, and if he fails to discharge or fulfill his responsibility, then he is held accountable for that. So it is clearly stated at all the levels, even at the top level, even at the middle level, or even at the bottom level also. Even the employees, the bottom level at the employee, the foreman, they have got the authority also to the small extent, and even they have to perform their duties also. They have to fulfill their duties also. And if they won't perform, they are held responsible, they are held accountable for that. So such clear-cut authority and the responsibility from top level to the bottom level is fixed in case of organizing. Then next one is the establishes the coordination. Establishes coordination. So due to the proper organizing, it establishes the proper coordination in between the various jobs and the positions, and even the proper coordination in between the various departments. The whole work of the organization, the whole activities of the organization, even though they are divided into the different, that is the activities like the sales department, purchase department, personnel department, accounts department, advertising department. So all such departments are being created, but there is a proper coordination. And even in the various, that is the jobs and the positions are created, the duties are assigned, the proper relation in between the authority and the responsibility is created. Due to all such things, a proper coordination is established in the business organization, in the business enterprise, so that they can work as a group and they can achieve the target, the goal of the organization. So it is the another point of importance called as the establishes coordination. Then next one is helps for effective administration. Helps for effective administration. So in the first point of importance itself we have discussed, that is the administration and the operational functions are smoothly done because of the proper organizing. Because of the proper organizing. So the various, that is the different departments are being created. All of the department managers, they know their own, that is the roles, etc. And even the right persons are appointed for the right job. The right persons are appointed at the right job. So all this helps for easy functioning of the organization. The smooth functioning of the organization is possible. Even all the managers, they know their own authority, their own responsibility, so they can do their work very effectively. So it is the another point of importance called as the effective administration. Then helps for growth and diversification. Helps for growth and diversification. So if the organization divides its work and such work is assigned to each and every individuals, they know what to do, how much they have got the authority, etc. So due to all this, they can work very efficiently, and as they work very efficiently, naturally the efficiency of the organization also increases, and ultimately it leads to the growth and the diversification of the whole business organization. So it is the another point called as the growth and the diversification is possible only when the proper organizing is done. Then the next one is the creates a sense of security. It creates the sense of security among the employees. So in organizing, as we have said, the identification of that is the job. So here in this case, the which work is to be done by the individual, the subordinate, they know very easily what they have to do, how it is to be done, how much extent of they have got the authority, etc. It is clearly stated, and as a result of this, they can work by using their own, that is the talent, their own, that is the skill. So due to this, they get the job, or they get the job satisfaction. And as a result of this, they are get motivated and they work very hard, and the efficiency increases. So it is the another point of importance called as the sense of security. There is no any overlapping of the work. No one will interfere in the work of the other, because it is clearly stated. There is no any overlapping of the duties. Whatever the function, each and everyone, they have to look after their own, that is the work. No one will interfere. So this gives the job security, or security in the minds of the employees. Then next one is the scope for innovation. So due to the organizing, it gives the division of that is the work, and due to the division of work, the specialization is possible. And due to the specialization, what do you mean by this division of work and specialization? So the whole work is divided into the small part, and the small part of the work is to be done by the single individual or by the group of individuals. So if the same activity is repeated again and again, naturally he gets the innovative ideas to accomplish the task. If the same activity is repeated again and again, naturally you will come to know how it can be completed optimally, so that you can save your, that is the energy, you can save your time. And while doing such a repeated activity, you will get the new ideas to complete the same work. एक ही काम अगर आपको क्या है बार बार वही करना है तो आपको मालूम होता है कि ये अच्छे ढंग से कैसे कर सकते हैं, कम से कम समय में कैसे कर सकते हैं, कम एनर्जी लगा के कम टाइम में मिनिमम रिसोर्सेज का इस्तेमाल करके कैसे कर सकते हैं। ऐसा नया जो भी इनोवेटिव आइडियाज है, नोवेल आइडियाज है, इट बिकम्स वेरी इजी टू फाइंड आउट द न्यू वे ऑफ डूइंग द वर्क एंड इट इज पॉसिबल बिकॉज ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजिंग इटसेल्फ। फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जब भी मैंने आपको एक ही एग्जाम्पल देता हूं कि पहले टाइम जब भी आप कस्तूरी को आए तभी आपको क्या है ज्यादा टाइम लगा, आपका ज्यादा टाइम लगा, ज्यादा एनर्जी लगी और आपका ज्यादा पैसा भी खर्चा हुआ होगा। आपको मालूम नहीं था कैसा आना है, लेकिन आप एक बार बार क्या है कॉलेज आने लगे, हर दिन कॉलेज आने लगे तो आपको क्या हो गया, अलग अलग रूट जो है कॉलेज को आने के लिए मालूम हो गए। उसमें से अच्छा रूट कौन सा है, कम दाम वाला रूट कौन सा है, ये सब मालूम हो गए। क्योंकि आपको क्या है एक ही एक्टिविटी क्या करते हैं बार बार करते हैं, रिपीटेडली करते हैं। तो ये ऑर्गेनाइजिंग फंक्शन में भी क्या है आपको क्या बोला है, जो भी काम करना है छोटा ही काम करना है, लेकिन वही काम आपको क्या करना है बार बार करना है। और बार बार जब भी करते हैं तो आपको वो ऑप्टिममली कैसे करना है ये आपको मालूम हो जाता है। सो यू विल गेट द न्यू आइडियाज, the new methods, the new techniques. You can develop the new techniques, the new method, new ideas in order to accomplish the task, the work. So it is due to this organizing, it is possible to know or to find out the innovative ideas. So it is the another point of importance called as the scope for innovation. And last one is helps in optimum utilization of resources. So due to the organizing, it is possible to use all the resources optimally. So as I have stated the last point itself, so here in this case the answer is there. So in case of organizing all the resources like the material, the machineries, the methods, they can be used very optimally by way of avoiding all the wastages, because the individual, the employees, they know the best way of doing the work, and due to this they can use all the resources like the raw material, the money, the machinery, etc. very fruitfully, optimally, and such resources can be used for the very optimally for the benefit of the organization. So these are all the various and the desired results can be achieved. So these are all the various points of importance. So in the next lecture we have to discuss regarding the function of staffing. So today we shall stop here.